How's it, brother? So, didn't want to go into too much explanation over the top of there, but here's a little recap on what we did do. The stuff online serves as a good highlight over the course of 2 months. Believe me, you could go back on that stuff and information, but these 5-minute videos are just for you, besides the online thing. So when you've got the fourth string, the things I was talking about for your right hand were to let your thumb rest on this upper string while playing the one right below it. What this does is it gives you this feeling of like being, oh, I know where these two strings exactly are. Believe it or not, every one of these strings is the exact same distance from each other, but one's a little thicker than the other one, as you can see. And what happens is you can kind of tell where you are from the thickness of the string. I know it sounds crazy, but when you're moving 1,000 notes per minute, when you get a little bit faster at doing what we're doing, you'll be thankful that you have the proper right hand technique, because it leads in being able to doing stuff like this, like rake picking and playing different notes down here, and then using the inside of your thumb to get these pop type notes, which is great for them. Something along those lines. So what we would like to do is be able to get rid of the thumb for right now and come back to it, which is the whole reason why it's just hanging out. That might not have been clear, but I just want us to get really good with this first finger. So every single thing that we do for this first week, maybe even the second, is just gonna be on that first finger. That first finger is gonna be rocking the load over here, going out something like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't even have to have your instrument on to do this. It's all about hit that with that finger going. And then as soon as you move to your A string, you can do that. But see how I'm kind of like playing the A string and coming through and like smacking onto the E. So no matter what I have my finger, if I'm doing smaller strings like A, but I'm doing it loud, like picking at it, I use my finger hitting the A and falling off onto the E string. And then thusly, when I do that with the D string, boom, I fall off of the D string to hit the A string every single time. So when we start walking our fingers like this, we quite literally pop one string and then fall down to the next one, which our finger is already waiting on, like it's walking the line. It looks really cool in fast motion too, when you're going boom, 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 boom. And when you add 3 fingers in, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, they turn into triplets. Quarter, 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 quarter turns into triplet, 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 which becomes that really fast awesomeness you're looking for anyways. Okay? On this hand, when we play our spideys, meaning boom, 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 try and keep that first finger and the second finger on there to build muscle tension. Get that elbow out of our gut and out of the crotch by taking a deep breath, sitting up and looking in a mirror while we're playing. You'll be looking directly at your fingers. So much easier. When we go through, the purpose is to not go fast. It's to actually just hear the and get really solid with it, like really become that note and know that second finger, second fret on the A string sounds exactly like that. And you're like, And when you get to these up to the top, go back to the beginning. And just, you don't even need your amp on. I don't practice with my amp on. I play that bass and I beat it because I know the feel of the sound. So when you get all the way through these, then try and go through them a little bit faster than just half notes after the quarters. Then what we do eventually in 2-3 weeks from now, maybe 4 weeks, if we haven't caught on to a couple key ones, we do a process where we pop the note and play the note. So if I was just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, I would do a pop and then I pop my finger in it. That also becomes really funky when you're doing something like you can do all sorts of movements with that. So these little techniques on the right hand start off by having like a little home base for your right hand. Start off 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Eventually, I don't think I finished the thought there, but my exercises don't have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. In my head, I might be able to go 1, 3, 2, 4. Now that's fast, but I could go 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. And all the notes are legible because that's what I practice every day. It warms up my fingers, I get all my muscles all warmed up, and then I go over maybe some chords. Back and forth between chords I know. Today's chord that you learned was a C major, meaning we go up on the A string, A sharp or B flat, B or C flat, C. When I go C and I do my spider exercises up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 additional notes, 11 including C, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, just blanked out. A sharp, B, B sharp or C. So when we get that one note here and the one note here, you can cover the 5. If you're a metalhead, you might know. That's that flat 5. What is this memory? So that's your C major. Try and practice it with the 2 fingers on the 5 and the 1. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. None of those have sharps or flats, which is why we teach from C. I'll go over what that was, that Ionian mode, that major scale, and then everything else we learn kind of comes off of that. It's a little boring in the beginning with these scales, but if you're enjoying the teaching process, if you stick with it for 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, you just refresh. You play what you want to play during the day, but the truth is, all you really need to do is 5 minutes of these spider exercises in the morning, and then do 5 minutes of those at night. Within the first week, you will notice that your fingers are a lot stronger, and then you're able to navigate the individual frets a lot better. You already showed a clear ability to go, which means you get the idea of pop, pop. Which all stems from C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. You can do this on everything. Everything has an octave. And I use those a lot for big, full bass. So, long story short, I think you're gonna do fine. Let's get that right hand rocking. Just rely on that first finger. Try and lay your thumb on here while you're moving up each individual string. Do that. And then with your spider exercises, go through them nice and slow and get to a point where you enjoy doing them. You don't have to have an amp on, just work on those finger things. If you find that you're having a hard time forming that C major chord, power chord with 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 2 fingers covering all, or 2 finger covers all, try and move them around, take some fingers off. The one thing you really don't want to do is shoot that thumb all the way up the neck. Other than that, you're gonna do great. It's very nice meeting you. I'm looking forward to next week. Aloha.